Hey, how's it going, Nels? My name is Jack here with Mr. and Mrs. Leeds. I wanted to thank you for trying out the site auditor. I hope you got some insight out of that. I wanted to follow up here in this video analysis and to further provide some insight as a search marketer and see what's been working out for you in terms of your SEO and what's potentially out there. And finally, how we would be able to help you to get to that spot if we were to tackle this project on together. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. The first thing I did was I actually pulled up your website here in a tool called Ahrefs. Ahrefs allows search marketers like myself to look at the metrics of a website and see kind of what's been working out for you in terms of your SEO. And what I can see right off the bat is you don't have a lot of referring domains and backlinks pointing to your website. And this is going to affect your organic rankings because the number of backlinks and referring domains pointing back to your website is a measure of how authoritative your website is. And authority, in turn, plays a role in how quickly you rank for the keywords you want to rank for and how highly you rank for those keywords. Now, there's other nuances behind SEO and things like that that determine your ranking, but this is a good way to look at it. And the authority is a big part of the Google algorithm in ranking you for all the keywords and why your website should rank higher than another website. And so we just need more referring domains and backlinks pointing to your website. Now, just taking a step back, in case you didn't know what a backlink and referring domain is, it's basically any website that's on the internet that points back to your website via a hyperlink. And so what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, there is a blog out there that's called the Chiropractor blog. And they go out there and in a new blog post, they mention your business and your website. And they say, hey, if you're looking for a, a, uh, a, a chiropractor in Minnesota, visit levinschellenchiropractic.com. And if the person clicked on that link, it would take them to your website. And so that's actually considered a backlink. And so you want a lot of these backlinks pointing back to your website because it tells Google that you're the kind of website that other websites like to talk about, and you're the kind of website that other websites like to refer their business and their traffic and their visitors over to. Because they're basically like, hey, go check out these guys, click on this link and go visit them, right? And so in Google's eyes, it's a big trust signal that other websites are talking about your website, and they use that information to build the authority and credibility on your website. And then, like I said, that affects your rankings. And so what we need to do is we need to bump up the number of backlinks and referring domains that you have. We want to shoot for about 300 to 400 referring domains on about 1 to 4,000 backlinks. That's really going to put you at that authoritative level that Google's going to really see your website as being authoritative and deserves to be at the top of Google for all the different rankings you want to rank for. Now, this is something that we would be assisting you with. We would be doing things like outreach to blogs and different directories and things like that, and then getting a link back to your website to continue to build that authority on your website. Now, this isn't something that we just do like in one go, but we would do it over a long amount of period of time so that it's a lot more natural than if we were to just slam it with links all of a sudden, which could get flagged by Google and things like that. But you don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. That's something that we absolutely do, and we understand how everything works, and we would take care of this kind of thing for you. Your organic keywords right here is basically the number of different phrases in Google that you currently rank for. So one keyword you might be ranking for is something like best chiropractor in Minnetonka, or Minnetonka chiropractor. That might be another keyword, right? So you rank for about 128 of these. Your organic traffic is the estimated number of people visiting your website organically through Google. Let's take a look and see what kind of keywords you currently rank for. All right. So it looks like for the phrase Levin chiropractic, you hold the number 3 spot, which is good. But we definitely want to make sure you hold the number 1 spot for that, because when someone types in Levin chiropractic, I have a feeling they're looking for your place of business immediately. And so we want to make sure you hold the number 1 spot for that. Functional short leg, Sharon Levin, advanced activator chiropractic, the activator. So what I can see right off the bat is rank for a lot of these keywords that aren't 100% relevant to the kind of targeted traffic that you want to capture. The kind of targeted traffic that you want to capture is the kind of phrases that are things like Minnetonka chiropractor, or chiropractor in Minnetonka. Or I did a little bit of research, and I'm not too familiar with all the cities in Minnesota, but I think Minneapolis is very close to Minnetonka. And so another keyword that you definitely might want to capture is Minneapolis chiropractor or chiropractor in Minneapolis, because Minneapolis is such a larger city. A lot more people are inclined to search up keywords along with the Minneapolis nomer city nomer, as opposed to a smaller city or province or area like Minnetonka. So either way, what we need to do is we need to make sure that you start being found for those kinds of keywords. All right. Let me show you one of your competitions and kind of compare it to where you're at so you can kind of see the difference between how much of the SEO that's been done for them and how that's been working out for them as opposed to your website. All right. So there's a chiropractic called the Lynn Lake Chiropractic there. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them or not. I have a feeling you are, but they are very established in terms of their SEO. The reason why I could tell that, and I didn't even have to go to Minneapolis to know that these guys are a big player in the industry. The reason I know that is because their SEO is very fleshed out. You can see the difference between your website and their website is kind of, I mean, let's be honest, it's miles apart. You can see how they have 162 referring domains on 7,000 backlinks, and you're sitting at about 9 referring domains on 15 backlinks, right? So they've definitely invested into their SEO, and it's affecting their rankings and the amount of business that they're capturing online. So you can see right here that they have 1.8 thousand, so 1,800 organic keywords that they rank for as opposed to your 128. And check this out, they have 1,000 estimated organic traffic per month. And this is actually lower than what it actually is. This is an estimate, and just from experience, this is about 30–40% less than what it actually is. But can you imagine just if this amount of people were visiting your website per month, and how much of those you could actually convert into appointments and and continuing appointments from there as well, right? So let's take a look and see what kind of keywords that your competitor Lynn Lake Chiropractic ranks for. So yeah, right off the bat, right here, chiropractic Minneapolis. This phrase gets 500 searches per month. They hold the very top #1 spot. So and then their brand name is getting a big search volume because they're just well known there. Chiropractor Minneapolis, they held the #1 spot. Chiropractor Minneapolis MN, Chiropractor Minneapolis, Lynn Lake Chiropractic. So they've just done a great job of being able to rank for the kind of keywords where people don't really know about Lynn Lake, that people don't really know about Levenchellen chiropractic, but they want to look for a chiropractor in the area. And so the kind of people that are going to be looking for a chiropractor that don't know about a chiropractor in the area or are shopping for a chiropractor in the area are going to type in things like chiropractic Minneapolis, chiropractor in Minneapolis, chiropractors Minneapolis, that kind of thing, because it just makes sense intuitively, right, for someone to search for that kind of thing if they're looking for a chiropractor. And so we need to make sure that we're at least at the level of your best competitor, and then we just need to do a few things here and there to be a little bit or a lot better than them. That way you can just claim the #1 spot. Now the good news is, even though it seems like it's miles apart, the difference between your website and their website, the kinds of things that we know as SEO people here at Mr. and Mrs. Leads is the kind of things that I can guarantee. I did a little bit of homework into this website already. Is the kind of things that these guys don't know about that we can do and execute, and we'll be able to bring you results a lot quicker than they can. And so I'm very confident in our ability to be able to rank you for this kind of thing, and eventually be able to beat your competition, because with our clients, we don't really stop at just being like, hey, you're getting some traffic and you're getting your money's worth. No, what we want to do is we want to make sure that you really claim that #1 spot for all the keywords we want to go after. And we're going to continue to do SEO for your website for so as long as you want to continue working with us. And so it's one of those things where I'm very confident in our ability to rank you. It's just a matter of really just kind of partnering up and getting started on this. So let me go on and move on to the actual website of your the front end website, and kind of go from there. What I can see is I actually think it's a really cool, it's a cute website. Feel good again, I really like that picture, and I really like the fact that you have your images on here. It's a big trust factor, and it just increases conversion rates. Now, conversion rates are basically like, let's say that we bring you 100 people per month visiting your website, and let's say out of those you convert on 5 of them. right? But what we do with conversion rate optimization and helping you increase conversion rates, we make it so that instead of 5 people signing up with you, it's more closer to like 10 people signing up for you. And that effectively doubles your business, right? Because we've literally just doubled the conversion rates. And that's the kind of thing that we would help you optimize as well. It's not just SEO. Our goal here at Mr. and Mrs. Leads is to bring you as much business as possible. Our goal isn't to just say that we can rank you at the highest and it's going to be X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, if you're not making money, we're not doing our job. So we want to make sure that we're bringing you as much business as possible. And conversion rates is one of those things. So the fact that you have an image right here is great news. I would turn this right here into a click-to-call thing. So a lot of people nowadays are on their smartphones when they're searching up these kinds of things, especially for local services. And you needed to make it as easy as possible and as low barrier of entry for them to be able to reach out to you and contact you. And so if they have to sit here and they have to use their phone and copy, drag their finger across, and then hit right click, hit copy, go back to their phone dial and paste it, and then call it that way, you're just going to lose a certain percentage of people along that process. And like I said, it's going to increase your conversion rates if you just make this a click to call button. So if someone taps on it, it'll take them straight to the dial pad, and then if they click on the dial pad, it'll just ring you right away. Right, so that's definitely something I would look into. The other thing is the website here is just um, a little bit, just needs to be a little bit cleaned up and a little bit more. I mean, unless you have a certain brand image and a certain kind of idea about how your chiropractor is run, where it's really laid back and that kind of thing, I totally understand. Otherwise, I would shoot for a little bit more of a professional presentation. I don't mean to offend you by anything like this, but this is your competition, Lynn Lake Chiropractic, and you can see how their website is a little bit more modern looking. They got these patient forms that they can fill out. They got their office hours and things like that. And you don't see that kind of thing as much on here. And so we want to make sure that we do that kind of thing. And hey, you know what? Sometimes not the prettiest websites are the most converting. Some of the most converting ones are kind of ugly looking in terms of websites. So maybe we could do some split tests, and maybe if your budget doesn't fit a website redesign, and that's perfectly fine because we can rank you in terms of SEO and bringing traffic just in the back end with this website as well. We just need to add a couple of pages like a locations page, have like a Google Maps right here so they can get credit in Google's eyes in terms of like the local maps and that kind of thing. The other thing I highly, highly, highly recommend that not even these guys are doing that's going to highly increase your conversion rates is actually having a request a consultation online form. And so not a lot of people, not a lot of people, but not as many people these days want to actually pick up the phone and call the place of business, because a lot of times people have been jaded. They don't know if it's going to go to like the customer service number. They don't know if it's going to take them to voicemail. They don't know if it's going to be the actual person or if a front desk. A lot of people don't like to call. This is just based on habit, right? And a lot of people don't like to call the phone number nowadays, but they love just entering their information, and people have gotten a lot more comfortable entering their information online. And so if you have like a quick request consultation form and it says first name, last name, email, a phone number that they don't have to fill out, and then comment, then they can just fill that out and then hit submit, and then they can wait for you to reply back to them by email, or if you reach out to them, and then you could be like, hey, we noticed that you reached out to us. I know it looks like you're having some back issues and you said you're available at the end of November. We can absolutely help you with this. We can schedule in here at the end of November. How about 11 a.m.? Would that work for you? Something like that, and then you can just capture those leads that way, and it's definitely going to just skyrocket your conversion rate. So we definitely want to do that in terms of your website. I like the fact you have a Facebook, Google Plus, and even a Dribble, okay, and an email. But yeah, that's the kind of thing. I don't want to make this too much longer, so I'll wrap it up here. Another thing that I could have talked about are things like citations, so you show up on the local maps. So when someone types in chiropractor Minneapolis, another thing we do with our SEO efforts is we don't just rank you for organically right here. We rank it so that you show up here in these 3 map packs, and we have our own methodology and our own proprietary way about helping you rank right here on the map pack. And we have a huge success for this kind of thing, and we're very good at that kind of thing, and just SEO in general. I don't want to tout toot our horn too much at this point, so I'll wrap it up there. But at this point, Nels, I would love to just kind of chat with you further about what you're looking to do with the business, with your website. If you've had an SEO company, if you've worked with an SEO person before, what's your time frame, what your marketing budget is, things like that. And then we'll just hash out a plan of attack, maybe a proposal, and then shoot it your way. And then if you agree, we can just go ahead and get started on this immediately. But I'm very confident about what we can do for you, and we can really take your business to the next level. The good news, like I said, as I was mentioning earlier, is the fact that your website is already established, your business is already established. It's been out there for more than a year, and all the SEO efforts that we're going to be working on is you're going to see immediately. So like I said, I appreciate it, Nels. I hope this video wasn't too long and didn't take too much of your time, but at the very least, I hope you got some insight out of that, and I look forward to talking to you soon, all right? Thank you.